stripping, then I'm tickling with my licking, then I'm hitting, yes I'm mixing, now they tripping for some more.
All my niggas at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean, we the stoners, please burn them trees up.
We just kicking, talking business about that chicken, nothing's giving, it's just hitting, now this living, about to roll me up some more. I'm a smoker, I'm a stoner, lucky as a four-leaf clover, done some things that no one know of, now I'm ranging with my rovers. I think I'm a motherfucker, cause I fuck a lot of moms on the scene. What you mean, magic beans, ta-da-da. I'm gonna fuck your bitch, after I'm done with this blunt. I'm gonna have me some fun, yeah, having your bitch tap a run. I'm gonna have her do some things to think that I'm the one, while I'm sucking on that 90, popping in my thumb. Let me smoke my weed, let me blow these trees, let me feel the breeze, let me get so high that I might as well freeze. But I'm smoking on this fire, so I'm melting constantly, changing shapes, different moves, something no one else can see. Who you be? Who am I? I'm that motherfucking guy who love to fucking just get high, smoking and kissing from thigh to thigh. I'm just trying to touch the sky, but these niggas trying to fold, and these bitches say I'm cold, cause I left these fuckers stoned.
When the bitches at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean, we the stoners, please burn them trees up.
After that they start to stripping, then I'm tickling with my licking, then I'm hitting, yes I'm mixing, now they tripping for some more.
All my niggas at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean, we the stoners, please burn them trees up.
We just kicking, talking business about that chicken, nothing's giving, it's just hitting, now this living, about to roll me up some more.
I got the will of the fire, the soul of a stoner. You fuse them together, you know that it's over. They talking about me, but that's not important. The bombs be planting, put dirt on my shoulder. Magician with the chronic, like I'm Harry Potter. Game like I'm playing, give me God of. Cause at my job, all I do is smoke this dope. Careful with the shit, yeah, it ain't no joke. I'm puffing some Zod, this shit got me charged. I'm seeing the stars, I'm hanging the heart, I'm bending the elements. All logic irrelevant, cause I'm just the elephant, and I'm feeling prevalent. How can a nigga get? Cause I know respect the man. Syrian brain to drive you insane. Concocting the potion and slowing my motion, cause I've been moving silent like I'm Bob. Bro told me pull up, so I had to go hard. Hey, don't get mistook for a motherfucking target. Nah. Nigga like me, pull up, then I go shop. Need another drink, then I gotta smoke something.
When the bitches at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean, we the stoners, please burn them trees up.
After that they start to stripping, then I'm tickling with my licking, then I'm hitting, yes I'm mixing, now they tripping for some more.
All my niggas at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean, we the stoners, please burn them trees up.
We just kicking, talking business about that chicken, nothing's giving, it's just hitting, now this living, about to roll me up some more.
Big Rich Music.
When the bitches at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean, we the stoners, please burn them trees up.
After that they start the stripping, then I'm tickling with my licking, then I'm hitting, yes I'm mixing, now they tripping for some more.
All my niggas at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean, we the stoners, please burn them trees up.
We just kicking, talking business about that chicken, nothing's giving, it's just hitting, now this living, about to roll me up some more. I'm a smoker, I'm a stoner, lucky as a four-leaf clover, done some things that no one know of, now I'm ranging with my rovers, I think I'm a motherfucker, cause I fuck a lot of moms on the scene, what you mean, magic beans, ta-da-da, I'm gonna fuck your bitch, after I'm done with this blunt, I'm gonna have me some fun, yeah, having your bitch tap a run, I'm gonna have her do some things to think that I'm the one, while I'm sucking on that 90, popping in my thumb, let me smoke my weed, let me blow these trees, let me feel the breeze, let me get so high that I might as well freeze, but I'm smoking on this fire, so I'm melting constantly, changing shapes, different moves, something no one else can see, who you be, who am I, I'm that motherfucking guy, who love to fucking just get high, smoking and kissing from thigh to thigh, I'm just trying to touch the sky, but these niggas trying to fold, and these bitches say I'm cold, cause I left these fuckers stoned.
When the bitches at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean, we the stoners, please burn them trees up.
After that they start the stripping, then I'm tickling with my licking, then I'm hitting, yes I'm mixing, now they tripping for some more.
All my niggas at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean, we the stoners, please burn them trees up.
We just kicking, talking business about that chicken, nothing's giving, it's just hitting, now this living, about to roll me up some more.
I got the will of the fire, the soul of a stoner. You fuse them together, you know that it's over. They talking about me, but that's not important. The bombs be planting, put dirt on my shoulder. Magician with the chronic, like I'm Harry Potter. Game like I'm playing, give me got of. Cause at my job, all I do is smoke this dope. Careful with the shit, yeah, it ain't no joke. I'm puffing some Zod, this shit got me charged. I'm seeing the stars, I'm hanging the heart, I'm bending the elements. All logic irrelevant, cause I'm just the elephant, and I'm feeling prevalent. How can a nigga get? I know respect the man. Syrian brain to drive you insane. Concocting the potion and slowing my motion, cause I've been moving silent like I'm Bob. Bro told me pull up, so I had to go hard. Hey, don't get mistook for a motherfucking target. Nah. Nigga like me, pull up, then I go shop. Need another drink, then I gotta smoke something.
When the bitches at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean, we the stoners, please burn them trees up.
After that they start the stripping, then I'm tickling with my licking, then I'm hitting, yes I'm mixing, now they tripping for some more.
All my niggas at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean, we the stoners, please burn them trees up.
We just kicking, talking business about that chicken, nothing's giving, it's just hitting, now this living, about to roll me up some more.
Yeah. We're in the building, y'all. And guess what? It's hot as hell out there today. It's like 92 degrees. The sun is blazing. Listen, y'all, I want y'all to make sure you hydrate today. We had one death at the marathon yesterday, and 16 people were hospitalized. Right now, we're looking at 90 degrees flat. It's very sunny, although it says it's partly sunny, but I don't know all about that. The mics are open. My man Al Pazal's in the house, and I know it's been about 3 weeks since you've been on. We had Mother's Day. You know, what are you going to do about that? You know what I'm saying? Mother's Day. You got to do Mother's Day. You know. Then another week happened, and that was all my fault. Now, we're back this week. Once again, big shout out to Al Pizarro. This is The Conversation, and we do this every other Sunday from 2 to 3 o'clock. Well, we got a lot to talk about today. Big shout out to my man, Ahmed Rodriguez. I'm going to see you at 5 o'clock downtown. We're going to do the interview. Make sure we get that out of the way. Big shout out to Robin. Happy birthday to Robin. It's her birthday. She turned 54 yesterday. Happy birthday to Robin. She's hanging out on vacation. Once again, What's up, Lorna? Lorna's like, good morning, good afternoon, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. And we're going to do it like this. 1, 2, 3, and bang. All right, so it's been a while. You know what I'm saying? Since we did the conversation, it's been a hot minute. Once again, it's a Sunday show, so when it comes on at the time it comes on, you know, certain things pop up. Like we might not do Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? Like we might do Father's Day, we might not do Father's Day. You know, probably won't do Father's Day actually because I'm having a big Father's Day event with Claudia Perez out in Washington Houses. Huge Father's Day event actually that's going on. We were trying to actually get rides and stuff out there, but that became a little dicey. But she took over 2 blocks of 2nd Avenue, and then the entire block between on 99th Street, the 99th Street block going to 3rd Avenue. So it's like an L. So they're having a big Father's Day event out there. Big shout out to Claudia.
So what happened with the rides?
It was it was like the guy was like, well, if we'll come if you want the rides to be free, then you know you got to pay
some money.
Or we'll come and we'll charge. You know what I'm saying? And then we went back and forth, and I just never heard from the dude no more. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I gave it a whirl. But if we can get rides out there, it'd be kind of dope.
I got a guy.
You got a guy?
I got a guy.
I need the guy. I need the guy to come out there and put some rides up and he can charge.
I got a guy.
You know what I'm saying? I know you know what guy.
I'll hook you up.
Yeah, I need that guy. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking at the Father's Day. I think it's June 19th, I think it is.
Yeah, Father's Day is June 19th.
June 19th? Yeah. So we need to get that going. Big shout out to Gladys Knight. What's happening? Tasha, what's up? Tasha's in the building. We had a good night last night. We hung out with Tasha. Prince Letitia Jones? Anita Jones?
Anita Jones. She was here the last time. Remember?
Okay. Right.
You did the Batman on us. You had to go.
I had to cut out. That's right. I remember that. Yeah, so big shout out to y'all in the chat room. It's nice to see y'all shaping up. Big shout out to Tasha. Last night we hung out at Sunnyside. No, not Sunnyside. What do you call that up by the shore where they filmed the Jersey Shore? Seaside Heights? Yeah, I was in Seaside Heights last night. Okay. We were hanging out, right? Now, here's when you know you're old, right? When they're checking everybody's ID to get in the club and they just wave you on, right? Me and Tasha walked up, they were like, yeah, we don't need your ID. Yeah, just come on in. You know, just come on in. And then and then everybody was basically, nobody in the club was over 30 years old. Nobody. So no one knew me at all, right? So one guy goes up to me, and I think he recognizes me. He goes, yo, I hate the Dodgers. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? But he was talking about my jersey. Can I have that jersey that says Rock Logic? Yeah. But it looks like a Dodgers jersey. I said, can you read? He goes, oh. But then he saw the hat. He said, oh, yeah, Yankees, baby, Yankees. I said, yeah. And I thought he knew me, but he didn't. And then Tasha tried to get the DJ to play my record, right? So she shows him the album cover, and he goes, yeah, I don't have it. I'm like, we are getting so old. It felt like 2 grandparents in a club, you know what I'm saying? Just doing old shit, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, man. So finally, I actually got on the mic for about 30 seconds, right? Because the MC,
right,
he don't know me either, right? So I said, can I get the mic, man? I said, give me the mic. He's like, yeah, okay, right? And he ignores me, right? I said, no, man. I said, give me the mic. He goes, all right. So I go to grab the mic, go, no. You can't take the mic. I said, you know what? Hold the mic, right? And I let him fucking have it. I ripped a retune like this. The guy's like this. Oh! I said, yeah, bro. Yeah.
That's who I am.
Yeah, that's who I am. All right, you good now? He's like, yo, man, apologies, bro. Like, it was really nice. But that's what we did in Seaside Heights last night. Mr. Pizzaro, we haven't seen you in a long time, and it's time to put you on camera. Brother Al Pizzaro, The Conversation, Hip Hop Boulevard, the inventor.
Yo. People.
What's up, Al? We got to talk some business. We got to talk Hip Hop Boulevard business. It's been a while. What's going on?
Damn, man. It feels like I'm on vacation or something.
Yeah.
So we are back, and let's go rewind. And we're going to go back to, let's talk about the panel that we did at MS 224.
Oh, yeah.
And that was Can Hip Hop Save Your Life?
I remember that.
And that's our first panel at the school.
How was it? How was the turnout?
Let me tell you something. Between Melody and James from Guns Down, Life Up, this panel was powerful because of the people that I had there. Superior came late. So Superior came in late. I really wanted him to be on the panel, but he came late. That's it. So he took some photos with us and everything.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that.
Nothing you can do. But this is the deal. Our first school that we had a panel on, we were in a beautiful auditorium. And the fact that we can prove that hip hop can save your life was established on that panel.
Right.
Because we were talking about, the shootings, the stabbings, everybody just going buck wild.
Right.
And I said, if they're idle hands, if you're not doing nothing, you kind of get in trouble. I remember when I was younger. That's how I got most of my crazy days. We hearing something from the peanut gallery there.
Over there?
Yeah.
Can you turn your mic off, bro? Yeah, maybe let's do that. Okay, because that's a lot going on now. It doesn't mean you can just talk, but you can talk. It won't be as bad. All right, go ahead.
Look. Gary's being Gary today. In rare form. In rare form.
Gary Facts.
So, regardless of the fact that it was, in the school, and regardless that we had Guns Down, Life Up, and everybody was kind of trying to say, like, how does this make sense? So we had Sons and Daughters of Hip Hop that sponsored. They got the photo booth and everything, and everybody came down, and we started talking about the topic, and we started showing the facts. And these are the facts. If you're not doing anything in your life, you kind of go with the flow with your boys or your girls, and they tell you, hey, let's go over here. It'll be cool if we just go into this store. Let's just ransack it and take what we want. And all those things happen because you have nothing to do.
Right, that's right.
So if somebody comes up with an idea and you're just rolling with it.
You're like, stick your finger in the socket. You're like, why not? Listen, we did that in the 70s.
So you may wind up in jail. You may wind up shot, stabbed, killed, whatever the case may be, because you had nothing to do.
Right.
But many people, and you could attest to this, Rock, if it wasn't for hip hop, where would you be?
Yeah.
There was that moment in your life where you were like, going one way, but hip hop took you a different way.
Absolutely. I remember one summer we were stealing cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to hang out with a lot of Puerto Ricans. It was very interesting because I was 14 and they didn't know how to drive, but I knew how to drive, but I didn't know how to start the car. I knew how to hotwire. So it was a marriage made in heaven. You know what I'm saying? But I was going left, though.
Yeah.
I was going left. And I got to tell you, if it wasn't for, Jazzy and Bam, who were the first people that I saw, right, my life would have turned out entirely different. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And I was doing the gang shit. I was in the Magnum Force crew. I was in the Zulu Nation. I was doing the gang shit too. So once I got serious about music, and that's when I became a DJ. I started mixing and whatever. And then that turned into me becoming an engineer. A sound engineer, and then that turned into me becoming an artist, and that turned into me traveling the world, and that that turned into 11, platinum records. That all turned into that from that one moment that I saw Jazzy and Bam. The moment I saw Jazzy playing Apache in 129, we were on Story Avenue. I forgot what that park is called, on Story Avenue in Leland. I saw Jazzy for the first time, and they were playing Apache. And at that moment, I was like, I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? And then that was what I did. And then everything you see around you is a result of Jazzy and Bam.
So
Yeah.
I was a gangbanger myself, and a friend of mine, Dio Donette, took me to a discotheque. Now imagine me with a big afro, the green army coat. Remember the green army coat?
Yeah, the khaki.
The long green army coat that you just hit stuff.
In.
There
Yes.
you go. And we walked into a discotheque called La Mariposa over by the Heights. And guess who the DJ was?
What?
John Jellybean Benitez.
Oh, wow. You saw Jelly Beans.
So that was my first time meeting him. And my boy knew him. And I caught the bug. It was, I mean, the club was, you know, it just looked like something out of a movie.
Right.
The crystal ball, the lights are flashing, the place looked like a palace and everything.
People are dancing.
Oh man, and this guy, every record he played, it was just like, what is that he's playing, man? And I just loved it. And when I try to look like, you know, Jelly Bean, if people might not know this, Jelly Bean used to cover his records. He probably still
He
does.
used to do it too. Okay.
He used to cover his records, so you wouldn't know the title.
Right. You wouldn't know what he's playing.
Right. So I would look over and I said, damn, you got a black line on the damn title of the record.
I can't see what it is.
I can't see what it is.
You know what's so crazy about that? That's sort of actually counterproductive or counterculturalism, right? Because the DJ is supposed to promote the record. But back then, the DJ that had the dopest records was the dope DJ.
There you
And
go.
that's why you hit it. Yeah.
So
crazy.
if you went to Paradise Garage, you heard Larry Levan play. Larry Levan had test pressings and reel-to-reels, man. It wasn't even a record yet.
Right.
And he had them suckers. So
And
that
he played different than Jelly Bean.
There you go.
And he played different than the Dow Twins when they were over in Justine's, and like everybody had their own
Style,
thing,
yeah.
their own style, their own music. Yeah, you're right.
So I caught the bug. And when I caught the bug, my friend had 2 turntables, and he was teaching me how to DJ. And who fine-tuned my DJ skills was Paul Marin. And that's when I learned about beats per minute, bars, measures, and all that kind of stuff, and was able to really fine-tune my skills in that area. But if it wasn't for that, I always said I would have been dead at 20. Easy. I was just finding trouble. Like, trouble over there, let me run over there. And and it's like, this is so familiar what's happening now in New York City and all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
If you lock up all these people for 2 years and you don't allow them to do what they used to do to vent, I'm talking about almost everybody got a mental problem right now.
Yeah.
Especially and compounded if somebody died in your family and you couldn't bury them, you couldn't mourn them and all that, compounded with that.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of angry people about a lot of different issues. Yeah. And they're out there venting it out. And I don't know if New York City has really realized the real issue behind the issues. Like they're chasing, we got to get the guns off the street. Let me tell you something. You want to get a gun, you get a gun. I'm just telling the fact. You drive someplace and go get it and bring it back into the state.
Yeah, 100%.
You do whatever you got to do. But the issue is why you getting the gun in the first place.
Right.
So that's the issue that they really have to.
What's the motivation?
What's the motivation that you need the gun?
Because you got to be motivated.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
Yeah, you're right.
And what we used to do everything like, yo, you got a problem with me? Let's go downstairs, man. Let's go outside to the park. Let's just do this thing. The fear of somebody having punched you in the face is so high that I'd rather shoot you than you hurt me.
Right.
And it takes away that I don't want to fight kind of thing.
Right, vibe. Yeah.
It's easier for me to shoot somebody than to punch
Then
somebody.
actually have to defend myself.
Yeah, I got to defend myself. I got to fight this guy, really? Right. So all these different things have to be addressed. So this came out in the panel. Nice. And then we said, so let's talk about how do we fix this? So James told me, he said, Al, we have an internship that we're paying kids to work. And I said, you mean you're paying kids to work for the summer? I said, yeah. And we could do it all year long. I said, okay, so what kind of jobs? He said, yeah, well, a bunch of different jobs. I said, so can I recommend some companies so they could do some internship? They said, yeah, by all means. So he immediately signed Hip Hop Boulevard on, and then I immediately called you.
Right.
And I called IAS.
Right.
And I called Jazzy J. I called a couple of people. I said, you need interns?
Yeah. I was like, immediately.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at that moment, I said, this is how hip hop can save their lives. Because if they want to learn how to do a podcast, if they want to learn how to build a studio, if they want to learn how to be a graffiti artist, they want to learn how to be a b-boy. Here come Gary, man. Gary, you all right, bro?
Okay.
You was knocked you down,
The
man.
nigga fell into the wall. You all right? You chilling? Like a villain? Let's turn his mic on.
Yeah. Get him on.
Gary, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Okay, just checking. I mean, what I like about what you're talking about, Al, is that you're exposing them to things and opportunities that if they want to do it, then you can get involved, right? That's the same. It's the moment. It's the Rock Logic, Jazzy J, Bam moment. Oh, now I want to do that. You get some kids in here, they ain't never podcasted before, they never seen it. They're gonna go, oh, you know what? I want to do radio. I want to do TV. It's the exposure that our children lack, right? There's these programs. A program, I forgot this guy's name is Winston Faison. He teaches children how to fly airplanes.
Wow.
Yes. He puts flight simulators in school. I've seen them. One school I went to, the whole classroom was decked out with 10 flight simulators. And he teaches kids how to fly so they can get their pilot's license.
Wow.
Exposure. And that's what you're talking about.
Exactly.
That's what you're talking about.
So I said, let me be the conduit to open the doors for platforms like yourself and Jazzy and IS and everybody else that we know to be able to teach them what we do. And you never know what comes out of that.
Absolutely.
And that's the plan. So now I think the program starts in June or July. So we got to get all our paperwork straight, submitted to James, and then just send kids over there, send interns. The age is from 14 to 24, Rob.
I like that. Nice.
Okay, from 14 to 24.
Okay.
So if you meet a kid and he's into, hey, I want to do this, I want to be an MC, whatever, we have access to everybody. And we'll just set up the paperwork with James, and James will set it up, and they get a check every week.
They paid interns. And we ain't got to pay them.
Right.
Yeah, fucking with that.
That works.
I can guarantee you, they won't be cleaning no toilets with me. They're going to learn all this
They
stuff.
don't learn some shit.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%.
So that's the move, and that's what we accomplished from that panel. And Melody is going to work on I'm waiting for her to call me so we could talk. But she has the No Voices on her organization, and she wants to work with something with Hip Hop Boulevard. Okay. With that, so that panel was very productive. James and Detective Washington was there for the NYPD, and Detective Washington is a community officer, and we're doing something with NYPD for Father's Day at every borough, different dates. So please look at the Hip Hop Boulevard website on our event page. Check us out on everything that we're doing. We're going to be posting these flyers and all that, but we're doing that with NYPD, and that's very important because we talked about this about 8 months ago, building relationship with NYPD. There's no way that you can fix those problems if you don't communicate and start working on the problems hand in hand.
Right.
You know, it's like what you just mentioned. You got all these kids on flight simulators. They're on hand doing it. So cops have their rules and regulations that they abide by. Now, every community is different. Every culture is different. Not everything is the same. You go to a white neighborhood is one way. You go to a Jamaican neighborhood is another way.
Yep.
You go to a Dominican neighborhood is one way.
Yep.
And the only way that cops are going to be able to build the confidence, build a relationship, and really take care of their neighborhood that they're assigned to is to understand that. But there's got to be somebody to walk them, to do the introduction, to walk them through and go and say, this is Officer blah, blah, blah. This is this guy from over here. And I just want to do the introduction. To do the introduction, so that way they have a starting place. And Hip Hop Boulevard wants to be that conduit. And that's what we talked about with Officer Washington, to be able to do that. And now we're on that platform for the Father's Day event, which I thought was a great platform, because you need fathers in the family structure. It's already been proven so many times. And when you don't have it, it causes a vacuum.
Yeah, definitely. You need the yin and the yang. Yeah. You got to have the yin and the yang. You know what I'm saying? I get it. They were like, oh, I can raise them alone. No, you can't. Right? A child needs two parents, right? Because they need two perspectives. That's all it is, right? They need the man perspective and they need the woman perspective. If you raise a child, particularly a boy, by the way, with just the woman perspective, then he's going to have woman feelings. Like, he's going to deal with things from the perspective of a woman, right? Emotional, not necessarily logical, right? But when you have a man in the house and the man and the woman are nurturing the child, then they have a balance, right? They have the female perspective and then they have the masculine perspective.
Right.
And that's the perfect thing right there.
Yeah.
Right? That's where you get commitment from. That's where you start to understand that, okay, I'm in a committed relationship. That's where you understand love, right? Love starts from the foundation of your parents.
Yeah.
If you've received love from your parents, then if you've received love from your parents, then you understand how to love, right? Yeah. If foundationally that's fucked up, then it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? So,
and not every parent has the formula, not every parent the right way, but we're talking about that situation that works.
Right.
We're not talking about the situation that doesn't work. There's plenty that don't work.
Correct.
So, but that whole concept for fathers, I thought it was so important for us to get involved, because in hip hop, and I haven't done the statistics, but I believe that if you look at hip hop and look at the amount of people in the hip hop culture that came from a two-parent home,
right,
you're going to see that it's a higher percentage of breakups, divorces, and multiple fathers than any other kind of culture or genre of music. Yeah. Because it's hip hop is a different. You know what? Hip hop is a combination of what we created from nothing, and expressing how we felt during that nothing crisis.
Right.
And we have crises all the damn time.
Correct.
So I think that this Father's Day thing with Hip Hop Boulevard is very important. I'm encouraging all the pioneers and everybody else to get involved, to be there, to talk to fathers. Yeah, talk to fathers. Because you know how many rap artists, and I'm talking about the men now, have different kids from different mothers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys out there. You know who you are, people. You know who you are.
I'm just. I'll go with that.
Yeah. What we got in the chat room?
Right now we got. Okay. Why is my vision bad today? You can't just participate with events with Nypd. You have to go to all of their meetings as well. That's the Needy James.
Right.
Jones.
Good.
Right. You got to participate and go to the events. Absolutely right.
And go to their meetings. So, you know, I attended 2 of their meetings that they invited me to already, Lenita, in case you didn't know.
There you go. So tell me about the citations the other day.
Oh, man. So look at what happens. We had Michael Check that wanted to collaborate with us on a night for a hip-hop mentoring program. So he wanted to initiate, he wanted to start it, he wanted to light the match for this thing. And he said, I want to do it with Hip Hop Boulevard because we had a citation for him. And you could give me my citation that day. Can you pick 4 or 5 people that you feel have that mentoring kind of image that we can really highlight for that day? So I called Christopher Edmond, Maria Davis, Deborah Harris, and Video Music Box, Ralph McDaniels.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a perfect choice. I mixed it up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Women and men from different areas,
Mm-hmm.
and they all came, and it was spectacular because I don't think people realize what was in front of them when you combined it. When you look at what they do, what Maria Davis does, what Deborah Harris does, what Ralph McDaniel does, and what Christopher Edmond does.
Right.
It was powerful. And everybody was just like blown away because this was a powerful, powerful platform. And the fact that they came, it empowered everybody in the room. Because everybody in the room was blown away, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
So Rock even gave out a citation. Everybody was look, I was picking everybody for the crowd. Hey, I need you to give out a citation.
Who did I give a citation to?
Was it to OG or was it to Wade the Dog?
I think
Wade
it was
the God. Wade the God.
Yeah, it was Wade the God.
Wade the God.
So here's what happened, right? So I show up to the joint. I pick up Maria because I bring Maria to the event, right? And before I pick up Maria, I casually take an edible, right? So I have this edible going on, and I'm feeling pretty good, Gary. Feeling pretty good.
Okay.
Flying pretty high, right? We get to the joint. I sit down at the table. Al's got the spread once again. The food was incredible. We're sitting there eating, so on and so forth. And then the edible kicks in, right? And I'm like, woof. I said, okay, I'm just going to stay here. I'm not going to bother anybody. I'm just going to sit here and just be myself, right? So I'm trying to chill. Then Al goes, hey, Rock, come give a citation, right? And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, I'm high as a motherfucker, right? So I get up, and it's the OG Wade guy, right? The Wade
the God.
Wade the God, right? And Al's looking at me, and I'm looking at Al, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, go, right? So I'm trying to read the citation, and I'm going, who's the Bronx Borough president? Is who? What's her name?
Vanessa Gibson.
Right. So I go, this citation from Vanessa Gibson, and I turn to the dude. I'm like, the Bronx Borough president. I'm like, she is the Bronx Borough president, right? He's like, yeah. I said, okay, cool, all right. Is giving this citation to you because you are you, and for who you are, she's giving you the citation, right? Because I couldn't read his name, and I so apologize. And then I folded it so you could take pictures, and I'm going to walk off, right? Because I know what's happening. So I'm like, I'm out. I was like, Rock, where you going? You got to take pictures. I'm like, oh, Al, you're killing me right now. So I just want to say, anybody that was there that night, I apologize. If you think I was acting a little strange and I wasn't myself and I wasn't, friendly as I normally am, it's because I was dealing with a situation.
You lifted off.
Yeah, I lifted off the planet Earth, and I apologize to you guys for that. But, every now and again, I like to get edible. So that was it. I just didn't know it was going to hit me like that. I didn't know. I had no idea. But it was a great night, though.
Oh, no. It was awesome.
I mean, when you saw first of all, the food, once again, always spectacular.
Yeah.
I
always make sure that if you're going to eat something, that it's enjoyable to you, because that makes the evening go up.
Right.
Because imagine if you get some food and say, what the hell is that?
Yeah. Now, that food was rocking.
That.
No, you killed it.
Yeah.
It was good. The food was crazy. So what's going on with this Biggie Smalls thing?
Amazing yesterday, right? Empire State Building lights it up. New York City finally acknowledging hip hop in that manner. Is it strange now to see New York City backing hip hop like, yeah, we're proud because it came out of here first,
right. Right.
Or see, because I always go two ways.
Right.
Or is it let's take advantage of this thing while we can. Maybe we can make some money in the city and bring in some cash flow.
I think yes and yes, right? Let me deal with the first yes. The first yes is you got to understand something. You're 65. I'm 55. We are the motherfuckers in control of the city right now.
I was going to talk about that.
We are the pioneers and the groups that created hip hop. We are that. So what you're seeing is hip hoppers that are in government, right? Because just straight up, let's just be realistic. There's no 80-year-olds sitting on the council.
Oh no,
right? Yeah, like those guys are all dead. Those dudes from the 70s and 80s.
Unless you're on Congress and the Senate, yeah.
Right? Yeah, I mean they try to go for it forever.
Yeah.
But in New York, you have a hip hop mayor.
Right.
We've had a hip hop president. Right.
Right.
So they are acknowledging hip hop from a standpoint of being fans.
Right.
Like they were there. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said yes and yes. Then on the other side, it's okay. We could bring some money into the city and exploit this. There's no doubt, right? Why doesn't anybody do anything? But I don't want to take away from the fact that, and this is what I want to say to everybody, that there's no one over us anymore. We are it. We're it. You know, we're the senior citizens. We are the custodians of this shit.
Right.
And even everybody, I don't give a fuck who gets elected from here on out, they grew up on hip hop. They heard hip hop. They grew up on hip hop. It's not like before where it was a music form that was coming off of the streets, and these old people that were in the city hall were like, "Oh my God, I don't want to hear this." No.
Yeah.
No, we run the fucking country, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Biggie is on the Metro card.
Yeah.
Right? Because had it been the liberals or the Republicans of days gone by, they'd have been like, why are we honoring a drug dealer? Why are we honoring someone that writes about selling drugs and killing people? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we hip hop and we understand that was his poetry.
Yeah, that's his story.
That's his story.
He saw, he heard, he felt.
And he wrote.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, to piggyback off of what Rock was saying, back in the early 80s, 90s, we were all coming up. Now, because hip hop has crossed so many cultural barriers, a lot of the people that came up in hip hop, yes, are in positions of power, in business and corporate and in government, and are actual fans.
Come on, didn't Ruben Diaz break dance or some shit? Like
the actual fan.
break dancer? Like,
I mean, even if you notice now, in commercials, you're hearing artists that would have never been in commercials from back in the 90s, right? In mainstream.
No, it's definitely amped up. Look, we went and helped Sal out with his event at Lehman College.
Uh-huh.
And Sal had the photo booth with the Fever, Hip Hop Boulevard, and Sons and Daughters of Hip Hop, because they were the people sponsoring that. And Sal's thing was like, man, it was almost full to capacity. Now, you got to think about this. Everybody's been doing events, and they have not been full to capacity. It's been, 100 people, 200 people, depending on the venue. They select, well, we don't want to have too many people touchy next to each other, COVID, all that kind of stuff. So when I talked to Sal was like, I don't know. I said, Sal, I think you're gonna get a home run with this.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. And he said, you think so? I said, yeah, I think so. So he said, I'm gonna put this person, that person, hell yeah. And it was just a phenomenal day for hip hop, but more for the comeback, because it was a combination of Cass was on, okay, Nice and Smooth was on. It was a combination of guys that you may not have seen at that platform. And I'm talking about that when I say that platform, a place that holds over 2,000 people. You may not have seen these guys at that type of platform. You'll see them at a smaller platform.
Right.
So it was incredible. I stood there almost the whole night. Beautiful show. Sal did a great job. And it was almost full to capacity. Then bam, right after that, LL says, hey, August 6th, we're going to do the Rock the Bell things in Queens. So I'm not saying we're fully back, but we're back.
Yeah, about 90%.
We're almost there. We're almost there. And that was, that was incredible. But yeah, that's a big thing. 50th birthday for Biggie, huge, enormous.
So what did they do with the Empire State Building?
They lit it up in different colors for him.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
To recognize that it was his 50th birthday.
Right. And like, how crazy is that? This kid from
The Empire
Brooklyn
State Building, man.
writes a rhyme.
Yo.
And then they honor his he gets the biggest birthday candle on the planet.
Yeah.
Right? The Empire State Building.
Well,
that's crazy.
That's a testimony because people are, a lot of the fans are in power now, and that can happen. Look, a week and a half.
I gotta go get a Metro card.
Right, a week and a half
Those things are gone.
Really?
They made what? 5,000, 50,000.
I think they sold out in like a day.
Yeah.
The lines were crazy.
I gotta call my man Paul.
There were like 5 spots in Brooklyn.
Yep, it's crazy. But
You know how much it was going for yesterday?
How much?
$150. Yesterday at 2:00 in the afternoon.
$150.
Yep. At 2:00 in the afternoon, I mean they were still selling it at that time.
Is that 150 fares? Like
$150 for the Metro card. That's it.
it's a collector's item.
Just the
now.
Metro card.
I mean, you can't like swipe it and like
You can swipe
You
it with the Metro card.
you can use it, but I mean,
if you wanted to, let's say you bought the Metro card for 10 rides, all right? Now I'm going to sell that for $150.
Oh, wow.
it's a collector's item now.
Google, as a matter of fact, Google it right now. See how much it costs to get one now.
I'm gonna find out right now.
So,
this is serious.
and this is the thing that we have to realize, that our hip hop has value now.
Of course.
Okay, when the NFT came out, and I forgot this girl's name from Sotheby's. That used to be with Thompson, Monica Lynch.
Yeah.
Monica Lynch did the first hip hop
Yeah.
auction.
She did. Yep.
What was that? They made about $6 million or
They
something.
made a lot of money. Yeah.
It made it valuable. Yeah. Now they going. Now now they did another one just. I think it was a month ago. Jazzy did another one with her. So this is not going away. This is just getting better, and we have to be able to work it properly.
Right.
That's what work it properly.
I mean, a lot of things are going to be collector's items dealing with certain hip hop artists. But I wanted to say about a week and a half ago, Eric Adams, who was the mayor, he went and congratulated Ghostface Killer for doing his cafe out in Staten Island. That would have never happened.
Yeah,
that would have never happened with any previous mayor. So that's a testimony to how far hip hop has come. And Mayor Eric Adams, he made it a big press conference to acknowledge not only Ghostface, but him opening up this cafe in Staten Island as a small business.
And that's the deal. Now that door is open, what do we do with that? How do we go forward? And we plan to. You find something, Rock?
There were hundreds of people in line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Brooklyn. Wow.
Yep.
This was pandemonium.
Right now, did you ask? Can I buy one right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that in a minute.
We're gonna let Rock do his research.
So y'all keep going.
I think
Going deep right now.
Big Jeff was out there too.
Yeah, I saw him out there also.
Hey, Spasia's in the house.
So that's just a testimony to where hip hop is at right now. Okay, and it's gonna go further because once the museum opens up, okay, there's a couple of things that Hip Hop Boulevard got on the plate. Hip Hop Boulevard Awards in September. So there's a lot of things that are gonna happen that's gonna elevate this thing and bring it to a whole different level. So now that we talked about Biggie, We talked about the Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Did we talk about Chirac?
Nope.
There we go. Chirac Day, June 4th.
Oh, June.
That's going to be in the Bronx, people. Magneta Avenue by Gun Hill Road. Look, this is what I want to say. If you want to get involved, the flyer has all the information. Get a table. If you got some T-shirts, some hats, some jewelry, some perfume, some, anything that you feel that, I've been trying to find a spot because we've been locked down for 2 years.
Yeah.
You brought all this stuff, you had it ready to go, and you thought it was going to happen last year, and it didn't, and you got stuck with all this material. Here you go. Call her up. Go contact them. Get your spot because this is going to be another big event in the Bronx that you need to participate in and give her the accolades because this is a big achievement.
That's right.
It's a bunch of people. Hip Hop Boulevard's going to be there. So definitely check out Chirac Day, June 4th.
Who's performing that day?
Bro, there's a list of DJs, man, from
Yeah, who's on the show?
DJ Flame.
I remember last year they had a Rod Digger actually came out, which was very nice.
Man, let me just look at the flyer real quick, and I'll put on my glasses too, so that way I can.
I know. I think Breakout's doing the sound system.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely
He's
so.
doing the sound. So we know we got Breakout. You probably see Tony Tone will be there from the Cold Crush. He always shows up.
Yeah.
He's a soundophile,
Yeah.
audiophile.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to hear that.
I love that Tone just, and Tone really, his passion for hip hop is, it's unquestionable.
Renee Mickens in the house.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the DJs. The DJ Breakout, DJ Barron, DJ Hands, DJ JB, Grand Wizard Theodore, our man. All right, hold on. Because I know there's more. I know DJ Flame is in there too.
Oh, maybe I could bring her book.
There you go. Look. Bring it to her.
She's got a book that's been in my house for like almost a year now.
Almost a year.
Yeah, it's a rhyme book.
All right,
gave
so
up
let
on
me
me.
just check again so that way I can do my due diligence. Okay. All right. You know what I was doing yesterday too?
What?
I was with Alberto Torres. Alberto Torres, he's
Yeah.
running for assemblyman.
Oh, wow.
So,
We in politics, people.
you know what he was doing, man? Look, this guy was carrying water, food, everything with an organization that wanted to give food out to the public free. Water, Spanish food, everything you had there. Clothes, all that stuff. A line full of stuff. So I'm looking at him and I'm saying, I know that he's trying to become the next assemblyman for, I think it's for the district 79. So I'm waiting and I see him carrying stuff and I see him talking to the lady. So I go on Facebook Live and I said, man, I gotta capture this guy.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw
Yeah.
it. I saw it.
So he's carrying it and everything, and I'm saying, this is the guy you want in office. This is the guy that, he's not trying to be, bourgeois about it. Like, okay, I got some kids, they'll carry it. He's busting his hump and carrying this, carrying that. Use his vehicle to carry the food, do all that kind of stuff. I said, this is the type of guy you want.
Yeah, he's real.
And that's what you want. You want somebody to represent you that represents you. Not somebody that when they get in office, that they forget you.
Until it's time to be elected again.
That's
Right.
right. That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So we're supporting him and helping him to gather more votes to make sure that he gets in office, man.
OG 1523 in the house.
There you go. So, and it's important to understand that, look, because we're not a nonprofit, so beautiful to be, we're not a nonprofit. Beautiful. 'Cause we have no rules when it comes to certain things that we do.
Right.
we're able to do this, we're able to do that, we're able to talk to this person, talk to that person, and all that stuff. That's why we're not a nonprofit. But it helps us to be able, if we want to pick a political person and support him, we can do that. As a nonprofit, you can't.
Yeah, there you go. That's correct.
So
You can't back a political party.
You can't back a So how do you create change? If you can't put people in power that are the ones to create the change.
You're jammed up.
So when this whole thing started with Hip Hop Boulevard, they told me, said, you should do not. No, I'm not doing a nonprofit, man. Not going to open that can of worms.
I want to be involved in the politics.
Yeah, because I want to do this. I want to talk to this person. I don't want nobody to tell me I can't do this. I'm going to do everything I can without somebody going and saying, legally, you can't do that.
Right. Fuck that.
Right. So that's the deal. That's why we're able to move the way we're moving. So we're with the peacemakers one day, we're with the black spades another day, we're with a politician another day, we're in a school another day. We're in everything that we can be because we could do that.
Freedom, baby.
There you go. So OG's on the line. I'm gonna tell you, OG, I can't wait for us to work on the project. I'm gonna give just a sneak little mention of it. I'm not gonna say the whole thing, but OG was there at that panel with Guns Down, Life Up, and us, and said, I want to do something for both your organization combined. And that's it, period.
End
That's it, end of story.
Until-
and Rock, your name was mentioned.
Here we go again. I love it. I love it. You know, I like working. So I'm always down. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy work. That's just the bottom line here, is I enjoy doing stuff and producing shows and performing. By the way, I'm just saying, I think I could use a performance, get a little itchy on the back. Like, I want to hit the stage. I want to do something. I want to stun the audience with my brilliance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready.
Man, we're doing quite a few events this year. We're going to do Jazzy J Day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's coming October 8th. We got the Hip Hop Boulevard Awards. That's September 24th.
Nice.
We got something else really big coming up. I'm waiting for a date and confirmation.
Okay.
All right. And then with Bronx Hip Hop Day. All right. Bring DJ Flame, who had the brilliant idea, let's just create a Bronx Hip Hop Day. That was never done. So we're going to celebrate that. And the next panel that we do is going to be graffiti and hip hop. And we're going to invite Alberto Torres to be on it because Alberto Torres has an art gallery.
Nice. So we'll be there.
Now,
I love that.
Now, a mention, a graphic artist, and I would say / artist, because graffiti, one thing, artist, another thing. Still in the same world, but the cousins.
Okay.
He had a stroke last month.
Ooh.
Ask him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So he's asking for some help. And please follow him, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And if you can help him, $1, 50 cents, $2, whatever the case may be, do so. I don't know what the situation is in Europe when it comes to health and, because over here it's Medicaid, Medicare.
Yeah. Nah, they got universal health care in Europe.
All right. But he
still,
needs some help. He reached out to me and said, Al, whatever you could do. So ask him, here you go, I'm doing it. Giving you a shout out, bro, for the people to follow you and see how they hook up with you and help you out, bro.
Word up. Gary, you have anything to say?
Well,
I just wanted to do that. I'm sorry. I didn't hit the button all day.
I see.
I didn't hit the button all day. Go, you can say something else. Go. I just needed to do that. Now go ahead.
So I just wanted to say about what was going on. One of the things that happened here in New York City within the last 2 weeks is that we have these Link NYC stations.
Yeah.
Well, they had some pictures of the Cold Crush Brothers.
I saw that.
And Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five that went up throughout the city. So that, again, was another dedication to old school.
There you go.
Big shout out to Mayor Adams.
Who's in charge of that? Can we find out who's in charge of that?
Yeah, you
Because
got to,
I'm gonna give them a list of people that they need to add on to that sucker.
That's incredible.
So that was good. That was a surprise. That was a surprise. So now I don't know if there's going to be other old school hip hop artists, but I do know from what I saw, there was one with the Cold Crush Brothers, and there was one with Grandmaster Flash.
I want to do another vote today.
All right,
Okay, I want to vote for who goes to go and find out who does that, who's in charge of that. I vote Gary.
Gary, yeah.
There you go.
I see.
Okay, Gary, you voted in.
I see. Okay. All right.
2-1, bro.
Okay.
You good?
Good.
I'm just saying. So
It's all right.
I don't know if y'all want to keep going. However, I got to step out because I got to change my clothes. Gotta go.
You doing the
it.
Batman on us again?
Yeah, I got to do this interview at
Let me tell you something. This guy's acting like Bruce Wayne more and more.
with Ahmed, right? Ahmed Rodriguez. He has he interviews celebrities,
Okay.
right? And he had an open spot today, and he's like, "Yo, Rock, can you come in and let's talk about your stuff, what you're doing, the Boardwalk Global Media stuff, but the Sticky in the Hood stuff, just what I'm doing." So I was like, "All right, cool, I'll be there," and I got to be there by 5, but I want to just not go there in a work shirt because it's actually they film it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I want to make sure that
And didn't we have some artists that were supposed to come here today?
Apparently,
They call you, Gary?
it's they didn't call me.
They text you?
Eddie.
Did anybody reach out to you?
Nobody reached out to me.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's all
That's
we need
it.
to know.
That's all, Gary.
You get the buzzer.
And congratulate Gary is
So-
now part of the citation committees for Hip Hop Boulevard.
Oh, cool.
Now we got a committee to handle that stuff.
Well,
So
listen, I'm not gonna close out, but if y'all want to keep rocking, you know the deal. You know how to lock up.
So, what about the next show?
What's the next show?
One night show?
I don't think they're coming today.
Oh, all right.
As far as I know,
So we're done. All right.
So we're done. But
So we're done then.
I mean, we're not done. I mean, you can stay and talk. I mean, you can see if they come in. If they come in at 4:00, which it's only 20 minutes. If they come in, then yeah. If not,
They didn't say nothing to you. They didn't say nothing.
I just don't
to
want
me.
to jam them like that.
Got you.
If
all
I
right,
don't
who we
have
got
to.
in the chat there?
In the
Before
chat
we
room
leave.
is hot. You got Tasha hits Gary, love you. Renee Mickens says, yes, good luck with your interview, Rock. That's not that you need it. Yeah, thank you. Aspasia says, bye, Charles. Yes, thank you for just calling out my whole shit. Okay, there you go. Let's see. I'm in one of them different babies' mothers. I'm one of them with different baby mama. Oh, okay. That's your man, OG. He's like, yeah, he got mad baby mamas. He was talking about that comment way back.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. We have a lot of hope in him, God willing. Okay, talking about that. I love Eric Adams. Okay, we have a lot of hope with him, God willing, that he'll be productive. Chapman was very active today.
Yeah, definitely was. Yeah.
Very active, very active.
Definitely was.
I'm gonna cut. You guys can, if you want to keep going, keep going. You know how to lock up.
Yeah,
you know how to turn things off.
Yeah.
We start backwards.
I got you.
You learn how to turn it off.
You know how to turn it off.
All right, and then we're gonna teach you how to turn it on.
Got you.
All right,
bro.
Rock Logic, I'm out. But the show continues because Al's got a lot to talk about because we have not been on for the last 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
So I'm going to go and run and do this. Expanding the Boardwalk Global Media Empire across the globe. And that's why I'm doing the interview today, to go and talk about all that stuff.
So we're on YouTube now. Your new
Yes.
title.
Yes. Under Boardwalk Global Media, you can subscribe to Boardwalk Global Media. It is no longer Groovy Track. Everything has been married together. It is all one thing.
Great.
So that's it.
And hold on. Very soon, when we do, there's a billboard going up in Times Square that's going to have the Boardwalk Global Media logo.
Correct.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
big, bro. Whoa.
Yes, indeed. With my man Baba T.
We're not playing.
So you're going to see some great things in the next couple of months. We're going to have some fun, y'all. All right. I'll see y'all. You guys can keep it going. I'll keep the camera on Al so it's not complicated for you, okay?
Fantastic. Look at this, man. We are cooking with God. So let's talk about our man Ty Dre. For those people that I don't want you to think that we Ty Dre. So you're away? Yeah. I was booked for a wedding. All right, Ty Dre. So, we miss you. We hope that you come back soon so we could have that, youth conversation. Yeah, because a lot of things you guys are just staying on that old stuff, I mean, well, Al, Ty Dre, it's because we're old. That's why. Well, you can't do this without the youth because the youth are the future. And I'm just saying that, you definitely need me here. And even though I'm incognito or somewhere else, my voice can be heard. We hear you, Ty Dre. Absolutely. We hear you. There you go. See? There's something from Ty Dre now. Mm-hmm. So we got everything pretty much squared away.
Yeah, I think.
You think we got everything done?
I think we.
You want to talk a little bit about IAS and what they did yesterday? Let's give them some props.
Well, very big congratulations to Jolie and Maria of IAS. They did a special event yesterday where they involved. They're about breaking new artists and showcasing new artists, and they partnered with oh my God, I think it was called the Matrix Studios, and they did an event. I unfortunately didn't get to make it out there, but I heard that it went well.
That's great.
I know
those are my girls.
Yeah,
that's it.
So they do a great job, and they're all about independent artists. So you definitely want to reach out to IAS. If you want to get your media kits, if you want to do one of their shows, you definitely want to reach out.
I want to give a shout out to Nana, who's going to be taking care of the educational the panels that we're going to be doing. She's going to be leading that. I'm taking the street team, and I'm giving everybody a position to run within the street team umbrella. So that way we're more effective, and we're able to do more, and the weight's not all on myself or Renee and all that, and we can able to just accomplish more things. So Nana is going to be taking care of the panels going forward, since we're going to be doing the panels in schools. Excellent. And she's, she takes care of a lot of different kids in her day job. Yeah. So she works in that world, and I thought it would be a perfect fit. Congratulations, and to Nana and Eddie, we wish you
speedy recovery.
Speedy recovery, bro.
I did speak to Eddie this morning because he was the twins that were coming here is a group that he manages, and he was telling me about them. So, but at the same time, he told me that he was in a hospital and what he was dealing with. So we're giving him prayers and speedy recovery, and we can't wait for you to come back.
Hurry up, Ed. I got some more stuff for you to do. Eddie's in charge now of doing the bookings for the Conversation podcast. So we're going to see him book more acts. And let's see what happens for the next show. And I think you and I were having that conversation. We're going to give you, the audience, a calendar for 2 months in advance of our dates. And we can set that up on the YouTube channel.
Possibly, yeah.
All you got to do is just click on notifications on that. Subscribe to it and click on notification. And when we come up, it'll notify you.
I think we could set it to particular shows. So yeah.
So please follow us now that we have our YouTube channel set up and everything, so that way you can watch the show and spread the word and share. And please call us when you want to call, and use the Cash App. Send some money to the show. It's not an easy thing to maintain this. Financially, there is an expense.
Definitely.
So if you could do that, that'll be good. Like I said, $1, $2, $3, doesn't matter. Okay? Just something helps. I think we covered everything we had to cover, Gary. Did I miss anything?
Well, with these citations, I think there was, I shouldn't say I think, there was someone that I had got a citation, Leroy Davis.
Right.
He's a good friend of mine.
I just met him that day.
I've known Andre for 30 years. I've known him as long as I've known Rock. And
he used to work for the Source magazine?
He used to work for the Source. He worked for Marvel. Actually, Marvel came to him to do some comics. And then he became the assistant art director for the Universal Hip Hop Museum.
Okay.
So, but he was very grateful. You know, he was very grateful that you acknowledge his work, what he's done. Andre, he's so humble. I mean, the logos that he did back in the days, that like people like Puffy and stuff like that, they came to him first to get stuff done, right? So, but he's a very humble guy. But he when I was talking with him the other day, he was very grateful of the honor that you gave him with the citation.
Well, I appreciate that. We do, when we give out citations, we do research on it. We just don't go and say, hey, give this guy a citation. So we kind of go and do the Q&A as to why and the importance of it, and if he's alive or dead.
Right.
And getting the person to be there. This company, what we do, we don't mail stuff to you, man. You know, we really want you to be there,
right? Because
I think it's a special moment, and why take away from that moment? You know, it's different when you remember when the Grammys was. They had a point where they said we're not gonna do the Grammys. We're gonna mail it. We're gonna mail the awards. So they mailed it, but then they did the Grammys at the same time because it's different than when you get in the mail and you have a whole big shebang on it. It gives you, like, you know, we're acknowledging you. You know, when they do the trumpet, you remember when Muhammad Ali used to go into the ring and all that, the show, you know, it's like that.
Well, I mean, what they used to do with the Grammys, as you know, they used to mail it in, but what they've changed to now is that, and I don't know if you've ever gone to this ceremony because it's crazy long. It's long. So what they've done...
Yeah, because I heard there's like 50 or 70 awards being given before that.
Dude, it's like 3 hours. It's crazy. But what they have done was when the airtime comes for when it comes on CBS, what they will say during the show is these awards got given out previously.
Right.
So people get to come out and get their awards. Now, it may not be televised, but you're still in front. The industry... Right.
The industry is there. They acknowledge you,
and they're acknowledging you, and I think that's great. Yeah, because as you said, it's a different feeling because now you're feeling acknowledged by your peers, and you're there, and it's totally different.
Yeah, man. What do you want? Like, when you're graduating from high school or college, what do you want? You want your diploma mailed to you? You want to go up there? Yeah. Right? You want to go through the whole thing, shake the hand, get the diploma, make a little speech. And keep it moving, but you want that whole moment because that moment is memorized and etched into your mind forever.
Right. So I think that, I mean, look, and as in hip hop, as you know, there's so many people behind the scenes that have done things that they have.
They don't get credit.
Nobody, none of these big people, Jay-Z, Def Jam Records, all these major people, they don't make it by themselves. Like there's so many untold stories of people behind the scenes that help some of these major people, major companies and entities that got to where they are.
Look, maybe people don't realize it, but when you do a film, you have a boom operator, you have a makeup artist, you got the production crew, they actually produce a set. Right. So you have all these people now. When they talk about the Grammys and they talk about the Oscars and all that, when they go like Best Picture and you know and the musics and all that, they give it to these type of individuals because, bro, when you're good at something, like remember Herb Powers?
Yeah. Oh man.
Yo, when you're good, drop the name, people.
Herb probably got, oh my God, Herb got, I don't know, thousands of platinum and gold records. Holy crap.
Look, when you're good at something, you should be given all the accolades to kind of confirm it. It is, You know, when you go to school and no, when you graduate college and you go to your job and they say, so what are you going to, well, I got a PhD in this and I got a PhD in that and I got a master's in this and I got a bachelor's in that. That is that. That is that. That's that confirmation. So when somebody says, do we have a boom operator? Who do we got? Oh, we got this guy from, oh, that guy, he did Jurassic Park, he did this, he did that. Yeah, that guy, oh, that's great. That's the point. You got to be able to understand how much it means to the person who receives it.
Absolutely, but and I think that for those people that are immensely talented in what they do, they definitely deserve those kind of awards. But then they're the people who don't get the credit.
Right.
That help those people.
Right.
Because none of those people get there by themselves. Right. None of those people get there by themselves. So there's a lot of hip hop untold stories. Right?
A ton of them.
A ton of them. Right. Where you'll be surprised how some people got to where they are, but also the people that helped them. Right. So all I'm just saying is that I think with, the citations is to be able, acknowledging some of those people that are part of the untold stories.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know that there are actual people that, and I'm not going to mention no names, but you're a DJ and you don't have no turntables. But your guy, your friend, your boy, your ride or die buddy, he's not a DJ, but he loves to DJ and he bought all the equipment.
All equipment, right.
So when you do a gig, whose equipment you using?
His, right?
His.
That's right. Yeah.
So he don't get no props. Come on.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So I get it. That's why we do what we do.
I think it's important. I mean, everybody has a contribution that they've done to hip hop in some way, shape, or form, and to be able to acknowledge those kind of people for what they've done, and especially here it is, we're 50 years later, and there are a lot of people out there that definitely deserve some citations for what they've done, and look, I don't think you don't have to be a big name, right?
Right.
I think it's anything that you've done to help push the hip hop culture forward.
Yeah.
Opening it up to new places, new areas. I think that's very important. If you were the first to do a couple of things, that's very important.
Yeah.
Because again, there are a lot of stories that are not told that need to be told.
I don't want to forget about people. Please check out the Hip Hop Alliance, Curtis Blow and Chuck D and Dougie Fresh, all involved in that. It's a union for people in the hip hop industry. Check that out. Register. Go to their website.
And they SAG.
They're signed with SAG.
Yes. So that's big.
Yeah, and also Humanity Coalition, which is the umbrella of that organization. Yeah. Please check it out, people, and just follow it, register, check out their website, do all that stuff. Okay. All right, and I think I'm done. That's it.
I think that's it. Okay.
All right, so people. Do we got anybody to say bye to on the chat room? We good?
Let me look. Hold on.
Before we leave, give out shout outs.
All right, hold
on. My boy James Tate.
Big shout out to James.
And the committee is Fred Jacobs from Violators Unlimited Radio and Tia Young. So that's your crew. That's good. I'm glad I got Venus some help with that in that area.
Okay, so we have Nina. She's saying blessings. OG is like facts. Jump on stage with me, King. So I guess he was probably talking to Sticky. So I think we probably rounded out. So our next show is going to be.
Don't go. Do you hear the feedback? Yeah, stay over here.
June 3rd?
Can be June.
No, June 5th.
June 5th?
Yes. So Sunday, June 5th is our next show.
Right after Shah Rock Day. Whoa.
Right. Sunday, June 5th. So
we have a lot to talk about.
I was just going to say that. So tune in. We're definitely going to have a full show for you.
All right. So people, thank you so much for joining us. The Conversation Podcast, Rock Logic, Ty Dre. Yeah, thank you. Okay. And Gary D, Gary Facts. That's the move. So everybody share.